All right. Shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, Big Q in the building, representing the great Saint Think Tank. Shout out to FanDuel, the official sponsor of the show. Much love to you guys. Appreciate you as we roll into the mighty month of May. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate y'all. And the Saints, man, have a bit of news to kind of talk about, man. Remember this guy, man. During the NFL draft last week, I think it was, we were able to look at several players that wasn't drafted. This was one of the players that wasn't drafted. His name is Ole Miss's big defensive tackle, Zxavian Harris, who recently, according to the Clarion Ledger and several NFL outlets, have signed with the Saints. Now, this is very interesting because this guy is very talented. But the problem with this player is it's a lot. It's a lot. Number one, he has a couple of red flags. Let's just say that about Zxavian Harris. Let's just consider that a part of his past. That is one of the main reasons why I consider the reason why he wasn't drafted last month. And that's the major thing. The red flags were big. So this is a massive player, and we're going to talk about them. And this could be a huge pickup for the Saints in terms of undrafted, picking up these guys. So Ole Miss defensive lineman Zxavian Harris has signed with the Saints as an undrafted free agent. Harris is widely projected to be a mid-round pick in the draft, but was not selected. Concerns may have impacted his draft. No doubt, no concerns about it. It definitely was concerns because last year, I think it was, the young man was he had an arrest. He had a domestic dispute arrest or a situation that occurred, and prior to that, it was, I think he was driving under the influence, that sort of thing. We're going to kind of break it down. But he's 6'7". He's over 320 pounds. It was a run stuffer and kick blocker for Ole Miss. This guy could be huge for the Saints insofar as if all this stuff is behind him. So the Saints signed him, and this was nice. Harris was widely projected to be picked in the 26th draft, but he was not. ESPN projected Harris as the number 63 overall player in the draft and the number 5 defensive tackle. He was ranked number 1 player who was not drafted, and the Saints got him. Harris was projected as a 3rd-round pick in the 7th round done by USA Today. Now, 6'7", 320 pounds, Harris is an excellent run stopper who also shined on special teams as a kick blocker. Harris had 3 sacks and 9 tackles for a loss last year. Now, with Zay, I don't think it's how you start, it's how you finish. Ole Miss coach Pete Golden said on April the 26th draft, there were concerns likely hurt his stock. He underwent foot surgery in the combine. According to The Athletic, his right foot was in the boot for the Ole Miss Pro Day back on March the 18th. He's been arrested twice. The off-field concerns may have taken him off some team draft boards. Harris was arrested and charged with domestic violence and obstructing arrest in 2024. He also faced charges in 23 of driving under the influence and reckless driving, being a minor in possession, not using headlights, running a stop sign, and felony fleeing. Now, according to Lafayette County District Attorney's Office, Harris was entered into a pretrial intervention program for his felony fleeing charge from 2023. Now, hopefully he gets in a room with a vet and sees how it's done right away on a day-to-day basis, according to Golden. So this is coming straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And like I said, getting him, huge pickup for the Saints, potential pickup for the black and gold because of what Harris could be. I mean, 6'7", 320 pounds, massive player, very strong, very talented player. Now, here is the NFL Scout Combine's card on Zxavian Harris. Now, 6'7", you might as well say 6'8", 330 pounds. See, they have him 330 pounds, 6'2", grade, eventual, be an average starter for you. Now, in 2022, played 13 games as a reserve, 3 tackles. He blocked a kick. In 23, ranked second in FBS with 3 block kicks. Played 11 games, 7 starred, 30 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss and a sack. Arrested on July, DUI and felony fleeing. 24, played all 13 games, 3 starts, 32 tackles, 4.5 for loss. He had a sack and a half, a forced fumble, block kick. Arrested in August on domestic violence, obstructing arrest charge. And then 25, no issues with the law. Started 15 games. He had 58 tackles, 9 for a loss, 3 sacks. He had an INT, 3 pass breakups, and another block kick. So, and then of course he underwent surgery after the NFL Combine, according to Eric Edholm. So he was healthy enough for the Saints to kind of give him an opportunity to get in there. And if you take a look at his overview, disruptive alignment, versatile interior defender with mismatched traits and untapped potential, though he lacks the contact balance and hand usage to cleanly control block engagements. He consistently recovers and often reemerges to help finish off the play. He often overwhelms single blocks and disrupts run schemes from a gap away. He wasn't asked to two gap at Ole Miss very often, but he has the tools for the task. He's a pocket pushing rusher, but with better handwork, he should see a boost in pressure production. While Harris can play 3, 4, or the 5 technique, his best NFL fit might be nose tackle. Harris has the potential to be picked as early as day 2 of the draft, but teams will need to examine his arrests from 23 and 24 as a part of their evaluation. Now, we all know that he was not drafted. He went undrafted as the top player in the undrafted class, and the Saints do what they do. They get these guys. Now, here's his strengths: massive, rare combination of size, length, and power. Can align at multiple spots and even in odd fronts. Use length to create late separation from blocks. Quick block recovery makes him tough to clear from the gap. Long lateral stride helps him meet and thwart seal blocks. Has more bull rush upside than his current taps into. Generates a knockback power once he gets rolling downhill. Blocks 6 kicks during his career, which is something that we can really use. And of course, you look at the weaknesses, right? They talk about the weakness. High cut build leads to waist bending and elevated pad level. Inconsistent body control and contact balance at the point. Below average block command and stack shed on tape. Footwork and agility fall below average. Rushes with narrow base and limited moves and counters. Needs better hand placement to unlock his bull rush. So these are a few things to talk about with Zxavian Harris. And what's interesting about this whole thing is the fact that Bo Davis is our defensive line coach. He can and will kind of get Harris on the same page with the rest of the guys. You'll see him in there with guys like Vernon Brockton. You'll see Christian Miller in there. And this could be really big. And this is fastly one of the most intriguing prospects. Now, we talk about big guys on the offense. We talk about Moose Alford, the big 6'5", 6'6" wide receiver the Saints picked up out of Canada. But Zxavian Harris, to me, quickly becomes one of the most intriguing players that I've seen here, man, to be honest with you. Very intriguing. Thought he was going to get drafted, did not get in drafted. The injury, the issues with the law in the past, but in 2025, he was clear of that. And undrafted, guess what? Zxavian Harris is going to play with the ultimate chip on his shoulder. Going to play with the ultimate chip on his shoulder. He didn't get drafted. He was a guy that was supposed to go in the second day. He was ranked as the 4th or 5th best interior defensive tackle in the draft and did not get drafted at all, playing with a massive chip on his shoulder. That was an eye-opening experience. But what I watched the tape on Zxavian Harris, I see that he used a lot of his power to overpower you because he's a big guy. That's what he did in college. But the motor is all right. But at the same time, he needs some direction. Even Coach Pete Golden from Ole Miss talked about having a veteran that can lead him into the ways of doing it correctly on the Saints. And of course, like I said, former LSU lineman coach, who's our current defensive line coach, Bo Davis, who loves challenges like this, the Vernon Brockton challenge, taking guys like Brian Bresee and improving their game. Remember, he comes here in his second year. And the defensive line, we really seen stuff really start flying off the shelves, so to speak. Last year with the sacks coming, the same stuff in the run, the defensive line play elevated in the back end of the season. And you've really seen the Saints tick off when Chase Young had the 10 sacks, Cam had 10 and a half, and then Carl threw in 6, and then you had Chris Rum doing his thing. You had the other guys moving. That was big because they were playing together. I can only imagine what that looks like because, like we talked about before, with things happening with the Saints, there are other pieces moving in here that will have an opportunity to perform. We talk about the draft picks like Christian Miller. We talk about the trade of players like Tyree Wilson from the Raiders that'll be coming to the team. So you're going to see Coach Bo Davis get these edge rushers, these interior defensive linemen, and everybody on that line in place to be able to really make some moves for the black and gold, man. So this was a very interesting signing, to say the least. I like this signing a lot. Them getting Harris, 6'8", 330-pound defensive tackle who didn't get drafted, is going to play with a major chip on his shoulder. He's healthy, he passed the physical, and he is a New Orleans Saint. And fastly, man, on defense, he becomes my most interesting young player to come here in terms of on the defensive line. Have 6'8", 330-pound interior guy that blocks kicks for a living. It's hard to miss on your defensive line, right? So what do you guys think about it? Please feel free to go in the comment section and let me know how you guys feel about the likes of Zxavian Harris. Like I said, very good move by the team. I like it a lot. I think it'll do some positive stuff. I got confidence in Coach Bo. I think he will help this young man develop into something special. All right, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on social media as well as we keep this thing moving and grooving. Shout out to FanDuel once again for sponsoring the show. For your prop bets, feel free to check out FanDuel. Much love, and I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Peace and ooh that.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.